We are officially 1 week away from opening night of HHN 2025, and there are so many new updates from last week when we were here. They put up the house portals around the park. There's a bunch of new merchandise, and there's even some snacks already in the park. So let's go inside and we're gonna show you everything that's new.
We usually start in the park, but today we're starting inside the Universal Studio store at City Walk because there's a bunch of new merch here.
Ew, this is so scary. Who would buy this?
This is a Megan popcorn bucket.
That is the most absurd popcorn bucket I've ever seen.
It's $34.99. They have it, taped up so you can't do it yourself, but here's a look at what happens when you take the face off of the popcorn bucket. So one of my favorite things that Universal does are these themed glasses. These are $15. This is the Fallout one for Halloween Horror Nights 2025. And then for $33 is a brand new Fallout shirt. So you have the dog with the hand in his mouth. Says Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights 2025, and then on the back it's that same design with all the characters. Look, Alex, it's your favorite movie. They have a whole bunch of new Terrifier merch.
Yeah, far from my favorite movie.
So they have the shirt. We've seen this in the last couple of updates. They have a bucket hat as well for $34. This is new. They have a little Art the Clown keychain. This is $18. You can have a little art on your bag. They have a shot glass set over here with art, the sunglasses, the art was here, and then the birthday sunglasses. Here's a look at the Terrifier glass cup. So I just showed you the Fallout one. Here's the one for Terrifier. It's the same design that's on the t-shirt. For $65, they have this new crossbody sling bag. Same design. This design's really growing on me. I'm not a fan of Terrifier at all, but this design is really cool. I do like the shirt. For $24, they have a new Clown Cafe pin. It looks exactly like the Clown Cafe from the movie, and also the Clown Cafe food booth that's here for HHN. And for $20, they have this Santa art ornament. They also have a whole bunch of new themed horror candies. They have these Yum Yum brand gummy eggs. Is this from Fallout? I'm assuming it is because the one below it is the Rad Roach meal. I know that is definitely from Fallout. So it's a giant solid milk chocolate roach. It's pretty funny. They also have the Sugar Bombs breakfast cereal over here. Is this actual cereal? Or, oh, it's mini vanilla cookies. And then they have the Clown Cafe kettle corn. It's all red to look like blood. There's also Clown Cafe cotton candy. So we did find a Megan bucket where you can take the face off. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, our daughter has the same reaction, screaming. So we're about to head inside Universal Studios now, and here is your truss update. They added 2 giant pieces of truss right in front. This is just for lighting. They'll add some lights to the top of these to kind of set the mood as you're heading into HHN. And even though we're 1 week away from the start of the event, still no medallion, but this will probably be out at the latest early next week. So I know we just showed a bunch of stuff that's over at the Universal store in City Walk, but there's a lot more here inside of the park. The Five and Dime is fully stocked with a whole bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. So we're gonna go inside, do our usual lap, show you what's new with the scare zones and everything like that, and of course that merch. So over here in the front of the park, which is the Origins of Horror scare zone, not a ton of change. They did add some vinings and some leaves on top of the gargoyles and throughout the entire structure over here. And then they did add these kind of mesh banners on the side of this too. This looks awesome. They added a bunch more of those vines all around. We've seen this on the food booths. We've seen this on some of the other props too. So they're hitting you with that as soon as you get into the park. And then we have a speaker that's been added over here as well. So looks like it is basically done, but like I said, there's still another week left, so you never know. All right, so just popped into the Five and Dime. Ton of new merchandise over here. We're gonna start with the Mel's collection. They have this stainless steel tumbler that says good food, good times, great food with Mel's on it. It has the blood splattered all over it. Looks really, really cool. This is $32 for the tumbler. And then they have this pink women's shirt over here. Has a jukebox on it. It says Mel's Die-In. Has finger French fries, this creepy milkshake. And then for $75, they have this Halloween Horror Nights 2025 Mel's button-up shirt. Looks pretty cool, but it also feels really, really kind of thick. So you probably sweat like crazy if you wore this during HHN. This is also new. This is $22, and it is, I believe, 4 different like little notepads. This one is pretty cool. It's meant to look like a guest check. I like that a lot. It says have a nice day, it has all the blood on it. And then these are like 2 smaller ones, and then this is another large one.
I found the IP shirt. This is $33, and it has like the blacklight reflective, and it has like all of the IP characters, just like the stained glass.
I was gonna say,
thing.
it is the stained glass piece.
Yeah.
So if you were collecting that, yours would look just like this. Is there anything on the back?
No.
These don't have a price on them, but they have some new like Funko Fusion Megan Funko Pops. You can see she's all like disfigured.
And I found the house shirt for this year. Again, $33, blacklight reflective. It has the HHN 2025 on the chest, and then it has all the houses on the back.
Oh yeah. I like the design.
Yeah.
I like how this gargoyle is like featured on everything. And it has all the houses on there, the originals and the IPs. So coming home with us.
Yep.
There's a ton of new Five Nights at Freddy's merch, and in what might be the strangest thing that's come out is this Five Nights at Freddy's beverage. I thought it was an energy drink at first. It's not. It's just like a soda, but it's cherry lime flavored. These are $5.50 plus tax. But yeah, they have an entire like new FNAF collection, and this caught my eye. I mean, do we have to walk around HHN in this? This Freddy Fazbear onesie. This is $75. I guarantee you, like once it gets a little cooler out, people will be wearing this for sure. For $14, they have this new Five Nights at Freddy's keychain. You got Freddy on the front, right there, and then there's the rest of the characters on the back. It does say Halloween Horror Nights 2025, and again, that's $14. And then this is also really cool. They have this ID holder, but it looks like, you know, you work at Freddy Fazbear's. It's the security badge. And it's actually like really thick, like it's heavy. It's obviously not real metal, but it feels like it. And then there's the inside of it. It says Freddy Fazbear's Halloween Horror Nights 2025. This is $20. And here is the Five Nights at Freddy's Roosevelt's. This is an exclusive colorway to Universal. This shirt exists on the website, but it's in a completely different color scheme. I really like this black and white one because it really ties into like the security cameras from the games and the movies. This is $80. Really, really cool. Might have to pick this up like throughout the course of the season, but I really, really like the design of that. There's also a new Five Nights at Freddy's Roosevelt hat. They make really good hats. I'm actually wearing one right now, funny enough. And this is $35. For $10, there's this Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Coaster. For $35, they have this Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place wooden sign.
And for $45, you could go home with a Freddy Fazbear blanket.
Fresh oven baked.
This is what it looks like. It's like the black and white checker print with all the characters on it.
So for $45, they have this giant pizza box pin, but when you open it up on the inside, it looks like there's spots to collect other pins. So I don't think we've seen them yet, so we'll keep an eye out for the other ones. But very clearly, there's going to be 6 other pins that you can collect. Probably the characters, if I had to guess. Isn't the jacket sweet?
It's so nice. It's a Roosevelt's jacket, too.
They make great jackets.
It's really nice quality. This is like embroidered right here. How much is it? $110.
Yeah, that's in line with the regular Roosevelt's pricing, but so cool.
It's really cool. And look at the print on the inside, too. It's the same as the shirt.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's try to get a peek. What do you see? What do you see?
I can't really tell what it is. I just see black.
So behind me is Mel's Dine-In, and as we all know, they're gonna be doing like some sort of Mel's like street experience. Don't quite know what it's gonna be just yet, but like we've said many times, they originally had a casting call for people who can roller skate, and this past weekend was the UOAP night, like the annual pass holder appreciation night, and they had people out in front of Mel's on roller skates. Obviously they weren't like zombies or scary or anything, but I wonder if those are the same people that are going to be the scare actors for HHN. And while it's not a major update, it's still an update. They've added some vines over here to the bar by Cafe La Bamba. The last time we saw this, they just had these gates down here at the bottom, but they've added all the little food stations over here, so they're getting ready. Now, team member previews are starting very, very soon. Premium Scream is the 28th, team member previews before that. So we say we're a week away, we're actually closer than we actually think, because they have to do this for other people before it opens to the public. Over here at the Cat Lady at Crooked Lane, looks more or less the same. Very, very minor details, but it's hard to tell because there's just been so many things in the scare zone to begin with. But we did catch a little collar right there for a cat named Koa. I see a little photo of a cat down here as well on top of the giant scratching posts. Something else?
Bear.
Ooh, bear.
And
So
this
that's
little
Bear's
toy.
collar. Little cat toy.
There's another picture right there.
Oh, there's another little cat.
I wonder if it's anybody's actual cats. Like, imagine if they had a picture of Bun.
I was gonna say we should buy like a little frame from Michael's, put a picture of Bunny in it,
And just, like, hide
and
it
just stick it
somewhere.
on here. I feel
Nobody
like
would
they would
never
never
know.
know. There's
No.
so much else going on. But since the last time we were here, they did add the little cemetery. Now the cemetery was here, but they didn't have the little tombstone. So you can see some of the cats' names. There's Puppet, there's Mo, there's Bryce, Fluffy, Lauren, Christy, Socks back here, and then it looks like they're gonna be freshly burying a cat. You got some flowers and the hole is open. You could see like a little box where you would sadly put a cat. So wonder if like something's gonna be over here. And then when we were here for the pass holder appreciation night, we noticed something up here.
So one of our friends that we were with pointed out this little like door on top of here, and we have no idea if this is true or if it's just a very cool rumor, but that almost looks like a cat door.
It is a cat door.
And what if like they used some of the cats from animal actors and had like actual cats come in and out of that door and maybe into this like caged area right here?
Yeah, or like stand on the roof.
Something like that. I mean, that would be so cool. I have no idea if that's true.
And
but like, what is that little door? I wonder what
it's either
for.
just very good theming,
Yeah.
because it is a cat lady's house, so like it is a cat door.
Yeah.
Or is it a door for actual live cats? And you would say like, well, you know, how would cats stay there?
But
there are cats and animal actors.
They're trained.
They're
yeah.
trained.
I don't know.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I am feeling some sprinkles. The sky's looking dark. Now, you might say, oh, it's just gonna rain, but I think we're gonna take this as a training day for HHN opening night, because if you've been to other opening nights in the past, it always rains. So be prepared. Bring a poncho, not just for the Terrifier house, but for the rain. Oh yeah, we got our first house portal right here by Simpsons. We came through Hollywood first, so we didn't get a chance to see any of the other ones, but ladies and gentlemen, it is here. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It might be very hard to make it out on camera, but that red lettering through that crack says Hatchet and Chains. So this is gonna be the house entrance for Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunter.
The next house portal that we came across is right next to the Men in Black gift shop, and this is the Dolls Let's Play Dead one.
Yeah, if you go around the other side, you can very clearly see that it says Dolls Let's Play Dead. So there you go. So directly across from Nightmare Fuel, the Fear Factor stage, there's another Fanta booth over here. Fanta. Wanta Fanta. I know that's like a jingle from back in the day. I just think it's so corny, but the Fanta boots are back. I don't know what this is gonna be. It is pretty small. It's got some more artwork over here. It's definitely a small booth, so it's not gonna have like a ton of things, probably just some drinks, obviously, but yeah. Oh no, it's gonna rain. They're closing up Camp Crystal Lake over here. Oh
There's
my
another
gosh.
Fanta booth too.
Oh yeah, look, there's another little Fanta booth over here. The bridge is still closed. It looks like most of the work has been done, so this will be opening very soon. But yeah, gotta hide from the rain. Still no news over by the Lombard's bar, so I don't know if they're doing that this year. Nothing's happening. I mean, it's easy to put up, but no movement at all. But over here at where the entrance to that would be, they have this Black Phone 2 photo op. So I don't really know what the plot of Black Phone 2 is. It looks like it's in like Antarctica or Alaska or something like that. But yeah, they have this like snow-covered booth, and then you can go inside and take your picture with the Black Phone right there. Over in San Francisco, where Club Horror is gonna be, they've added these like little platforms. There's two of them. There's one right here, and then there's one on the other side. They're kind of like right in the middle of the walkway, though. They did add some little masks. Looks like a moose mask or something along those lines.
I don't think they're masks. They're like skulls.
Are they skulls?
Like animal skulls with like neon paint on them.
Okay. Interesting. Well, at least we got something going on here. It's been very, very quiet. So in front of the DJ booth, there are two of those platforms. The one I showed you is right there. There's another one right over there. And then as you come by the Fast and the Furious exit, there's another one right here. And then by the Club Horror little bar over here, so it's not just gonna be a cart, they added like an entire bar setup. This tells me that there's not gonna be a bar back over behind the Lombards, because I don't think you need two bars that close to each other, although the lines usually do get pretty backed up, but this one, it looks like a legit bar. Like you can easily have two, maybe three bartenders on each of these. So yeah, No menus just yet for this. However, there have been some food items that have been revealed, so let's talk about those.
So a couple of days ago, the Today Show put out an article highlighting some of the food and drinks coming to this year's Halloween Horror Nights event, starting with the Yum Yum Deviled Eggs from Fallout, Clown Cafe Bloody Popcorn from Terrifier, Elotes from Jason Universe, the Huskus's Muscle Man Slop from the Wyatt Six House, the Artist Palette from El Artista, Death by a Cheese Stick, Lila's Temper Tantrum Tendies from Dolls Let's Play Dead. Walking Taco is coming back, and this time it's going to be Birria Beef. Fans of Five Nights at Freddy's will be able to have their own cupcake. And then as far as beverages go, they're going to have the Radaway from Fallout, which comes in a souvenir bag. It looks really, really cool. There's the Starry Night Spritz from Terrifier, Crystal Lake Coffee from Jason Universe, the Light the Way from the Wyatt Six, the Pack Mule, the Bloody Sour, the Spicy Jackorita, and the Witch's Brew. Now, these aren't all of the food and drink items. Of course, there's going to be more at the booths. So once the event kicks off and the menus are released, we'll be able to see everything.
We walked by the candy store in San Francisco. I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and it was Lil Boo. So if you're looking for Lil Boo merch, you don't want to go to the Five and Dime. If they run out of stuff, come check over here. Oh, wow.
They have some other stuff that wasn't in the other store.
Oh, yeah, this Five Nights at Freddy's headband. They didn't have that in the Five and Dime.
$35, and I don't think we've seen that show.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that yet either. And they did like an entire Halloween overlay in here. There's all pumpkins up top.
Oh, look
So
at
it
this,
got a little spooky overlay. Oh, wow. Oh, that's pretty sweet. This is pretty cool.
I guess this is kind of going to be like a hint at some of the characters we're going to see.
This is the original shirt.
Like this
because
is
that's
going to
the
be
dolls.
the dolls. Yeah.
That's El Artista, right there.
This is the what is
Galkin.
it? Galkin.
Monsters
Yeah.
of the North. This is from Hatchet and Chains because they said the demons, kind of pop out of people's faces. So
And
that's the
what's
original
this?
houses.
Wonder what
Maybe,
this
maybe
is.
that's from Graveyard or Grave of Flesh.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty cool. I like the design on this a lot.
It's really cool.
Oh yeah, there it is. Definitely original. Halloween Horror Nights 2025, $33 just like the rest of the shirt. So they have some of the HHN treats over here. They're kind of scattered throughout, but they have a Lil Boo cookie. Here's a Five Nights at Freddy's cookie right over here. There is a Clown Cafe. I'm guessing this is a brownie with like some icing on top. What else they have? A couple of the Jaws items that they had in the past. Here's a Mel's. Here's another item for Mel's right there. Oh, check this out. They have this Freddy Fazbear. I'm assuming is like a caramel apple or something along those lines. I really like the design on that. That's really cool. So they have those treats that are in the case over here in San Francisco. They also have a bunch of other ones. They had an Art Krispies treat. They had a bunch of other things that are probably going to be the tribute store snacks. So I would expect like everything that we showed you in there, plus what I'm showing you on the screen now is going to be the HHN tribute store snacks. Over here at Fast and the Furious, we already knew it, but this is going to be the house portal for Jason Universe. I'm really excited for this one. They're really hyping up this house, saying it's going to be scary, and it's the same team that did the Insidious house last year. So I am very excited for this. But yeah, this is going to be where you enter for Jason.
Does this bring you back to Nickelodeon Studios?
Right?
It literally looks like the slime from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, all they had to do was go next door and get some of the leftover slime. That's pretty cool. That looks awesome.
So cool.
It's very like you said, Nickelodeon.
It's like neon
slime.
green.
Ghostbusters-esque, even though it has nothing to do with that. I'm definitely getting Ghostbusters vibes from this. Same thing over here at the newsstand. It looks like the slime has made its way onto all of the newspapers. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. It's gonna look cool at night too, because it's very, very neon. It might not come across that way on camera, but like with all the lighting and everything that's in here, it's gonna look super cool. They did add a BuzzCon barrel right here that's kind of like smashed into it, and then there's just a ton of slime over here. This is amazing. And then here is the food booth that's gonna be in this scare zone. Just like all the other food booths, has that conservatory tie-in. There are vines on this one too, and I just love how they're kind of sticking with that. But yeah, you have some slime up over here. Here's the little window. Here's a door. And yeah, there's the entrance for the team members right there. Over here at the arcade, which is gonna be the home of the tribute store. As you can tell by the letters, they did add those to the front. And also last week they had these like green stickers on the floor in a couple of locations. They were just like stickers. They look like the slime, but like slime spills in the streets. They've since picked those up. They weren't here for pass holder nights either, which tells me that they were peeling. So curious if those come back or if they just scrap them altogether. They got some more slime over here on the barricades by the police car. I knew these flowers were too good to be true. They were looking too perfect the last few weeks, but they've added a bunch of that toxic slime coming out of the barrel. It looks really, really good. I wonder what this material is. So we stopped in Sahara Traders, which is gonna be an extension of the Tribute store, and I'm noticing like some new merch, but I'm also noticing they added these vines that are kind of coming down from the ceiling on top of all the displays. Again, ties back into that conservatory theme. As we figured, because of the construction, no house portal entrances over here back by the former Rip Ride Rocket. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you want a Fanta?
I don't.
Because if you didn't want a Fanta in the other two spots in the park, guess what? You have another chance.
These little booths are cracking me up. They're so tiny.
Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, they're going to have soda. What else they have
and
remains
drinks.
to be seen.
Probably like the mixed drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then also back by the Jimmy Fallon restrooms over here, right next to the Music Plaza stage, there's a massive truss, which I don't believe is usually here. So this is probably going to be maybe 2 house entrances. We have to count them out and see like how many we have left to find. But since they're not doing the ones over by the usual Tribute store location, thought this was interesting. Definitely won't be able to tell in the daytime. Actually, maybe you will. You can see those blue lights. Most of the food booths have their lights turned on. The menus have the LEDs turned on too. So I think we're getting really close to menus dropping probably within the next day or two. So this house portal over here is right in front of Music Plaza stage. RIP Rip Ride Rocket. This is gonna be El Artista, A Spanish Haunting. So we were here the other night for pass holder nights, like I said, and we thought about going on Rip Ride Rocket one last time, and what happened?
And we saw the people stuck up there for at least 10 minutes, probably longer. And that is the reason we never go on it, because I swear we have seen it stuck like that way more times than we need to.
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 times, so good riddance, Rip Ride Rocket.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna put here. I think it'll be good.
So what's interesting is back over by Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, there's 2 trusses, and this looks like this would be a banner for like a house sign, and then there's another one directly across the way. So this might be a double location too. Not that there's normally not a lot of walking when you go to HHN, but this year, wear comfortable shoes. You should always do that anyway, but this year, just because of the way the house entrances are kind of set up, I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of like zigzagging and kind of going out of your way to get to some of these houses. So just be prepared.
Glad I'm not pregnant this year. I mean, it was still...
Hey, you did it like
it was rough
9 months pregnant, which is crazy.
Literally, yeah. I mean, last year was hard, especially the 2 long walks for those 2 houses behind the Nightmare Fuel. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna die.
All right, so that's gonna do it for this week's HHN update. It might be the final HHN update before we're here for real. I can't believe it's here.
I cannot believe it. I feel like it came so quick this year. Maybe
Always does.
Maybe we say that every year, but I just can't believe it's a week away.
It is crazy. Like I said, Premium Scream is next Thursday, opening night's next Friday. Team member previews are, I'm assuming Wednesday, I don't know the exact date.
Yeah.
But HHN is gonna kick off very, very soon. We do have a couple of other HHN related videos that are gonna be coming out next week as we lead up to opening night, but this might be the last like in-park construction update. We'll see, unless there's like crazy new developments.
Yeah, but it seems pretty much almost done. All the scare zones look like very detailed. I don't know what else they can really add besides, of course, the amazing scare actors, but I'm so excited for this year. I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be a really, really good year. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up. If you guys are new to our channel, make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss out on all of our future HHN content to come this season. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.